This is TNA, top-notch audio. Get ready for some laughs as we introduce you to some stories from r/idontworkherelady. And this story is posted by u/fabricated reviews. Why I helped him and not you, Karen. This happened 2 weeks ago. I live in England in a decent-sized town. Cast: me is OP, Karen is typical entitled lady, store manager is my help in this story, location Sainsbury's Local, a smaller version of Sainsbury's supermarket in England. The story. So my dad had asked me to send off some important mail and had asked me to go to do some shopping for some supplies for home. I say okay, grab the car keys and head off to the post office, after which I leave my car parked in the post office parking whilst I walk over to the Sainsbury's Local, as it was only 2 to 3 minutes walk from the post office, reusable shopping bag in hand. I was wearing a blue hoodie with a pair of dark blue jeans, a face mask, and an everyday pair of gray shoes. Once I reached the Sainsbury's, I was told to wait a little bit by the security guard to allow for some people to leave from the small shop in order to maintain social distancing rules. After a short wait, I was let in. I go to the fruits and vegetables where I begin to pick up the items as I have been asked to pick up. Following this, I move over to the milk section where I accidentally knock over a stack of chocolatey Claire's and profiteroles. I began picking up as it was my fault, and I'm not a monster to let the staff or the store pick up the items when it was clearly my fault. They have better things to do in their time than pick up things knocked over by the members of public. I just want to take this moment to say thank you to all the frontline workers and all the effort they are putting to help the rest of us. I finish putting the items back where they belong and proceed to the frozen goods section, which is when I hear an "excuse me." I turn around to an elderly gentleman and his wife who politely asked me where the cereal was. I told him where it was at the store, as I am well familiarized with, and that I have lived in this town for most of my life and have frequented this store since it was built. Roughly 10 years ago, it was built July 2010 when it was completed. I said, please follow me as I'm going to the same aisle to pick up cereal myself. They thanked me and I moved on to get some of the other items on the list, such as bread. So, in the bakery section, I was pondering which bread my dad wanted, which is when I hear the dreaded throat clear. My original thought process was that I was in the way, so I proceeded to move away to the end of the aisle to allow the individual to get whatever they wanted. So I thought that was it, and was about to move onto another aisle when I hear another throat clear. This time, I turn around to an old middle-aged lady. She looked Hispanic, but I'm not sure, who was glaring daggers at me. This is the conversation that occurred. Me: can I help you, miss? Karen: I've been waiting for you for a while now. Who the hell do you think you are to ignore me? Do you know who I am? Me: I'm sorry about that. I was not ignoring you. I simply did not realize you were there as I was cut off. Karen: so you admit you were ignoring me? Me: no, ma'am. I was not. Cut off again. Karen: I don't care. Anyways, go grab me some oatmeal, you lazy good-for-nothing. Me: realizing that she thinks I work there. Oh, no, ma'am. I do not work here. See, my uniform is completely different from theirs. Sainsbury's has a maroon-colored jacket with the maroon top and bottom with orange lines on their seams with their name on a company badge on the top. Karen: BS. I saw you helping that elderly couple, and then you were stocking the shelves just before that. You definitely work here, so get off your phone and go get my oatmeal. Me: I was just putting those items back as I had accidentally knocked them over, and as for the couple, they asked me politely and did not know what went where. Admittedly, I was starting to get pissed off now due to the way the lady was shouting constantly. Karen: after using, let's say, some colorful language, finishing off with this gem. You useless packy bastard, you should be happy you get to work in these times. Give me your manager now. I'm going to get you fired. At this stage, because she was shouting so loudly and it was a rather smallish store, both the security guard and the manager walked over. Manager: what seems to be the issue, ma'am? Karen: I want this useless good-for-nothing fired. He was messing around on his phone whilst working and not helping me. She said this while smirking at me with the face as if saying, I've got you now. Manager takes a quick look at me. Firstly, miss, please calm down. Secondly, this individual clearly does not work for us. We have the uniform I mentioned before, but he is wearing blue hoodie that are clearly not part of the attire. He is clearly a customer here. Can you kindly leave him alone and proceed with the rest of your shopping? Karen decides to use some colorful language combined with some racist words to both the manager and me. At this stage, my anger was starting to dissipate, but you could clearly see in the manager's face that he was starting to get annoyed at this lady. Manager, Miss, can you refrain from using such language in the store, please? If you continue to spout such abusive language, I am going to have to ask you to leave. Karen, why do I have to leave? He, pointing at me, is the one who didn't want to help me, and now you are defending him? Some more strong words were used towards me. Manager, now clearly pissed off. Ma'am, please proceed to the checkout with all of your items and leave. I can't have you abusing other customers. If you do not comply, I will get you forcibly removed by the security guard, pointing to the security guard behind him. Karen, F you in this store. I'm effing leaving, okay? I'm never coming back. Screw this store and screw you all. She throws the basket with all of the items on the floor and proceeds to leave, escorted out with the security guard. Manager, OP, are you okay? He knows me as I have frequented the store so much. Me, yeah, I'm good. Thanks for sticking up for me. That lady has a few screws loose. Manager chuckling, yeah, she do. This is when we hear a very loud scream of what the hell from outside the store. Me, manager, and some employees go over to the source and see Karen's car being ticketed as she had parked in the handicapped parking zone. She was holding a yellow bag in her hand. This was a parking ticket. Apparently, the time the lady was in the store, a police officer was come over to grab some items and had seen her parking and ticketed her according to the elderly man who I had helped earlier said and had apparently seen the whole ordeal go down. The person who ticketed her, the elderly gentleman's son, who was waiting in his car outside. Elderly gentleman, chuckling. Guess karma's a B, huh, young lad? Elderly lady. Don't use such language, Jim. Hope you are all right, though, young lad. We asked my son for a favor as he was nearby, and as you had helped us earlier, then you got treated so horribly by that woman. Good riddance, some people these days. Me, a bit surprised and puzzled. You did that? Thank you so much. The elderly couple then meet with their son and proceed to leave. The rest of the staff, me, and some onlookers then went about our business. Manager, OP, what things were you here for? Let me help you. Me, oh, you don't need to do that. I'm almost done anyways. The manager then gave me a good portion of the stuff I was buying for free, which I was very grateful for, after which I proceeded back home. The end. I mean, definitely the elderly couple said it right about karma. I mean, why do some people feel that they could just say anything to anyone, be rude, and expect them to be nice in return? It doesn't make sense, but that's the world we live in. And again, she got what she deserved. And this story is posted by u/memory9. Served a guy in the bar that I don't work for, got 2 free pints. About 12 years ago, I was working in one of Dublin's pub, which had a black uniform policy, like every other place. One day, when my shift was nearly over, my mate popped in and asked me if I wanted to have a pint. Usually, I don't like to drink in the place I work in, so we decided to do a bar nightclub nearby. This was about 9 p.m. in the evening, and the nightclub hasn't kicked off yet, so there was no trouble getting in the bar. Plus, I knew the bouncer pretty well. We went in, sat at the bar counter, and had our first pint of Guinness, which is a blessing after a hard day at work. We just nearly finished and ordered more. My mate spotted some of our friends at the table further away and suggested we move to join them. That was a good idea, and we decided to get pints for them as well to give them a surprise and save time coming back. We got 6 pints altogether and just about to carry them to the table when my mate got an urge to go to the toilet. I said, it's fine, I'll bring them over. So I grabbed 3 pints and went to our friend's table, brought the first 3 and went back to the bar counter to get the rest. Halfway to the bar, this middle-aged gent taps me on my hand and says, sorry pal, when you're ready. It's the phrase used in Dublin to get anyone's attention. I turned around and said, give me a second please, I need to bring pints to my mates. Grab the rest of them, go to the table, and again this gent taps me on my back and goes, when you're ready, pal. I thought he might know me or something, so I decided to come back and see what he wants. Came back and asked him if everything is okay, on which he replied, we'll have 3 Guinness, gin and tonic, and a Bacardi Diet Coke, and handed me a €50 note. That's when I understood what's going on. He thought I worked in this bar and gave me the order. I'm a kind of person and loves a good laugh, so I decided to play along, took the money, went to the bar, got the drinks, and asked to give me a tray as well to serve them at once. When I brought the drinks to his table, gave him change, he tried to give me a €5 tip, to which I said, "It's alright, dude, I don't need it." He replied, "Never seen a waiter that doesn't want a tip." And I said, "Oh, I don't work here, bro. Better give that tip to the actual staff," and walked away to my table. Told my friends what happened, and they had a massive laugh. Later on, got 2 pints of Guinness brought to me by the same gent I served, with apologies and all. We laughed, made new friends, and had a great night. 2 great stories. Definitely let us know which of the 2 were your favorites and why. Leave your comments below. Make sure you hit that like button as well as subscribe. And we look forward to sharing some more stories for you very, very soon. Have a great day.